now, Westwood One presents the Lost Lennon Tapes, brought to you by English Leather, a man's cologne and aftershave. Some guys have it all. Here's our host, Elliot Mintz.
This week, we're going to hear the national radio premiere of John Lennon's legendary 1974 guest DJ appearance with Dennis Elsis on WNEW FM in New York. But first, let's check out this rough demo version of Revolution.
You say you want a revolution, well, you know, we all want to change the world. You tell me that it's evolution. Talk about destruction. Don't you know that you can count me out? But don't you know it's gonna be alright? Don't you know it's gonna be alright? Don't you know it's gonna be alright? You say you got a real solution. Money for people with minds that hate. Well, all I can tell you is, brother, you have to wait. Don't you know it's gonna be alright? Don't you know it's gonna be alright? Don't you know it's gonna be alright? Money for people with minds that hate. Well, all I can tell you is, brother, you have to wait. Don't you know it's gonna be alright? Don't you know it's gonna be alright? Don't you know it's gonna be alright? So you want a revolution? Love to change the world. That's because it's evolution. Well, no, we'd all love to change the world. But when you talk about destruction, don't you know that you can count me out? But don't you know it's gonna be alright? 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 Don't you know it's gonna be alright?
An early demo of Revolution, in which John Lennon sings that you can count him out when you're talking about destruction. I'll be back with Dennis Elsis in just a few moments.
Next on the Lost Lennon Tapes, John is guest DJ, the national radio premiere of the Lennon Elsis interview.
Wind southeast, 8 miles an hour, cloudy. And somebody said it was the air was unacceptable today, but I accept it.
Some guys, they have it all. Some guys are just too vain. Some guys, they have a ball.
Don't wait for something good to happen. Make it happen with the clean, masculine scent of English leather cologne.
Some guys have what others want. Some guys have it all.
English leather cologne and aftershave. Some guys have it all.
Oh, swell, I have a cold. I've got a stuffy nose, a scratchy throat, and a very annoying cough. But I'm not going to stay in bed. I'm going to the halls of medicine.
The Halls of Medicine. Hall's Mentholyptus cough tablets. Used as directed, Hall's with vapor action soothes your sore throat, quiets your cough, and makes your stuffy nose feel clearer fast.
I've been to the halls of medicine, and I feel good.
Hall's Mentholyptus cough tablets are the Halls of Medicine. Try Hall's new spearmint flavor, too.
Yesterday, 11-year-old Charlie Seymour's toughest problem was his dad.
I wish I could change places with you.
Well, I wish I could, too.
Today, it's his ex-wife.
This is the woman I couldn't live with as a husband, and now I'm going to be her son.
Columbia Pictures presents Judge Reinhold, Fred Savage, and Vice Versa.
Oh, my God. I'll have to go through puberty again.
Rated PG, parental guidance suggested. Starts Friday, March 11th at select theaters.
More of the Lost Lennon tapes right after this. Let's return to the Lost Lennon tapes and host Elliot Mintz.
In autumn 1974, as he completed Walls and Bridges, John promoted the album by taking to the airwaves in several major American cities. Among fans and collectors, a favorite Lennon on-radio appearance is the one he did on WNEW FM in New York with air personality Dennis Elsis. Not only is the interview part of the Lennon archives, but it's included in the Museum of Broadcasting's permanent collection. So I'm very pleased this week to bring you highlights from the Lennon-Elsis interview for the first time on national radio, and to welcome Dennis as my special guest. Now, Dennis, how about setting up the first segment of your show? It's a story worth recounting for our listeners.
Okay. I had met John Lennon just a few days before at a recording studio called the Record Plant in Manhattan. I briefly got to say hello and shake his hand and, say what a big fan I was. And I spoke to some of the people that were with him that day, and I thought, well, let me at least ask. So I said, listen, if John wants to come up to the radio station and talk about the new album, we'd love to have him. Lo and behold, they said a couple of days later, sure, why doesn't he come up? When would be a good time? I couldn't believe it. So, of course, I suggested that he come visit me on my show Saturday afternoon. And about 3:45, they called me from downstairs and they said, John Lennon is downstairs with a couple of people. I said, great. And I put on a long song, the Ballet for a Girl in Buchanan, Chicago. That's with Make Me Smile and all those other tunes in it. It's about 15 minutes long so that I could go outside and make sure that he got in and set up the studio and so on and so forth. So as the show opens, you will hear the end of Chicago doing the Ballet for a Girl in Buchanan. And Lennon has just a couple of minutes ago sat down, gotten comfortable, got a little something, I guess a glass of water, a cup of coffee, whatever it was. And we go back to that Saturday afternoon, New York City, a little rainy, September 28th, 1974. Chicago and the Ballet for a Girl in Buchanan. Now, I've been talking about... I don't like to do this. I'd like to have told you all afternoon what was going to happen. But now that it's going to happen, why don't you just say hello?
Surprise, surprise. It's Dr. Winston O'Boogie at your service. I am Dennis's surprise, actually.
And he didn't come out of a cake or anything like that. John Lennon is with us, and we'll spend some time this afternoon to talk about the new album and a whole bunch of things, and maybe even do some disc jockeying.
Yeah, it's my second favorite occupation.
We'll get into some good music.
Okay. I'd like to play Whatever Gets You Through the Night from a new album. It's a single, and Elton John singing with me.
Whatever gets you through the night, it's alright, it's alright. Bet your money all your life, it's alright, it's alright. Don't need through your life. It's alright, it's alright. Do it wrong or do it right. It's alright, it's alright. Don't need to watch me waste your time. Oh no, oh no. Whatever gets you to the light. It's alright, it's alright. At the wrong side. It's alright, it's alright. Don't need a gun to blow your mind. Oh no, oh no. Hold me, darling, come on, listen to me. I won't do you no harm. Trust me, darling, come on, listen to me. Come on, listen to me. Come on, listen, listen.
Ah, hello, folks. That was them singing together. And are we going to the news, or are we going to drop the news?
No, I think we'll listen to news later on today.
Okay, we know what happened, don't we?
Yeah. That's a single.
Yeah, and it's wild and rough. I call it Crippled Inside. You know, it's like releasing Crippled Inside from the Imagine album instead of Imagine. But I took a consensus of opinion, because I after I'd done it, I couldn't make a head and a tail of which one could be commercial, you know. So they told me that one, so here we go, and it seems to be doing all right.
Was that done? Was the whole album done in New York?
Yeah, record plant. In fact, I've recorded everything since I left England in record plant. Anybody listening to record plant? Good, they're a good gang there. And Al, what is it? Carmine. I keep calling him Al Carmine. Sorry, is just mixing it down to quad because I couldn't face it again. I just arrived in LA and I got a note saying, "We want a quad."
Uh-huh.
I said, "Are you kidding? I've just mixed the whole thing." He should have told me that first. But he's doing a good job for the 20 people who buy quad.
Well, you never... The cover is, for those of you who haven't had a chance to see it yet in your favorite record store...
Because it ain't out yet. It's this week.
It's not in the stores
I don't know if it's in the... Well, Richard, a friend of mine here, that went down to get it the other day and they hadn't got it yet. I guess it'll be early next week. It'll be in the shops.
All right. Now, there's a drawing on the front.
You could call it that, yeah. Well, it's hard to explain, isn't it? Because it's all flapped over. A guy at Capitol designed it. It's a nice design.
The album comes in 2 parts.
Yeah.
Is this it says John Lennon, June 52, age 11.
That's true. There's an exam they have in England that they hang over your head. You know, there's a couple of them, but one of them is called 11 plus, and they hang it over you from age 5. You know, if you don't pass the 11 plus, which you take at 11, obviously, then you're finished in life. So that was the only exam that I ever passed because I was terrified. And after that exam's over, the teacher says you can do whatever you want. So I just painted, and these are of all the childhood sort of drawings and paintings I did. This was the only ones that ever got saved. And I was originally going to use them for the Oldies but Goldies album with Spector, but that sort of fell apart in the middle because of his accident and that. And the guide already started the design, so I said, oh, it'll fit the new album anyway, so use them. And there's 3 or 4 pictures that I did at that age.
And Walls and Bridges, what is that? Is there a prophetic title? Or
I don't really know, you know. I mean, I get these things that sound nice, you know. I had the song Number 9 Dream was called Walls and Bridges, and, you know, I just had the title Walls and Bridges, and I tried to fit it in anywhere like a jigsaw. So it didn't seem to fit any of the songs, and I hadn't written anything, so I just shoved it on as the album title. It seemed to be sort of wide enough to cover everything. It's like communication, you know, walls, just 4 walls, bridges you go over. I think I heard it on a public service announcement on TV, you know, one of those late night things where they make you feel awful in between the movies, you know.
Number 9 Dream was Walls and Bridges?
Was called Walls and Bridges. I mean, some of them have had 20 titles, you know. I change them all the time up to the last minute.
All right. Well, let's take a listen.
Okay.
Number 9 has no reference back to the old Number 9?
Well, yeah, look, if you look at the cover, and those of you who don't have it, you'll get it. In June 1952, I've drawn 4 guys playing football, and number 9 is the number on the guy's back, and that was pure coincidence. And I was born on the 9th of October, and that number 9 Beatle thing was an engineer's voice, you know, and it just sort of seems to be my number, so I stick with it.
All right. It's just about 4 o'clock.
Yeah.
And so I need an official station break.
Okay, this is John Lennon with Dennis on WNEW FM, and we're mucking about on a Saturday rainy afternoon because we've got you all trapped in your rooms, you see, because it's too wet to go anywhere.
We even have the 4 o'clock temperature readings.
We do? Oh, let's see how hot it is. Temperature is 68, no wonder I'm sweating. Humidity 93, PCT, whatever that is.
Percent.
Oh, why don't they do those little round things? Barometer 30.03 and falling. Oh, disgusting. Wind southeast, 8 miles an hour, cloudy. And somebody said it was the air was unacceptable today, but I accept it. Sounded all right to me.
That's the official forecast.
Here's the official WNEW weather forecast. Mostly cloudy with periods of rain this afternoon, tonight, and tomorrow. High times. Oh, no. Wish it was. High this afternoon and tomorrow in the 70s. Low tonight in the mid-60s. Watch out for it. That's about my period. Monday's outlook, fair and cool, man.
Okay. Metro Media Stereo at WNEW FM in New York, John Lennon.
So there we are. That was some Gaelic words. Bawa Kawa Puse.
I'm trying to follow the lyrics in here. There's a lyric sheet, thank goodness, for the album.
Well, I print them even if I'm not pleased with them, because I always tend to, on a few tracks, bury the voice.
There are drawings within the lyric book, too. Are those also from...
Yeah, same period. There's about one that isn't. There's a picture of a horse, I think I did about a year or something later, which is at the end.
Mm-hmm.
What they did was sort of jumble them up on the cover and then repeat some of them back inside.
It's not... I mean, the package is really nice.
Well, it's the first time since I was a Beatle, as it were, that I let the package out of my hands. I used to even make the cover, like on Mind Games. I hand-made it, and cut out little pictures. I enjoyed it. But I didn't really have time,
Yeah,
and I'm glad, because I let it go, and the guy came up with something creative, and it's a surprise for me now. I can look at it and enjoy it without sort of thinking, I should have done this, should have done that.
You've got all kinds of friends, Jim Keltner, Jesse Davis.
Yeah, Klaus Forman, bass, Nicky Hopkins, piano, Ken Asher, keyboards, Arthur Jenkins, percussion, Bobby Keys, Howard Johnson, Eddie Motto on rhythm guitar, Bobby Keys, Howard Johnson, horns, Steve Medeo, and somebody called Frank, and somebody else, Ron. I had a 5-piece horn section, which was weird. It was just the amount of people that turned up,
All right, well, we'll be spending the rest of the afternoon with John Lennon in Metro Media Stereo, some commercials, and then more talk and music. Dennis Elsis here at WNEW FM.
And that's the opening segment of John's visit with Dennis on September 28, 1974. We'll hear another set from this historic show a bit later on in our program.
Coming up on the Lost Lennon tapes, we'll hear how a child of nature became a jealous guy.
Put the incense on, light the candles, and give yourself a hard time.
Let's get back to the Lost Lennon tapes.
When the Beatles returned from India in May 1968 with a ton of new songs, one of the demos John Lennon recorded was for a song that didn't make the White Album's final cut. From the Dakota archives, here's Child of Nature.
On the road to Rishikesh, I was dreaming more or less, and the dream I had was true. Yes, the dream I had was true. I'm just a child of nature. I don't need much to set me free. I'm just a child of nature. I'm one of nature's children. Sunlight shining in my eyes as I face the desert skies, and my thoughts return to home. Yes, my thoughts return to home. I'm just a child of nature. I don't need much to set me free. I'm just a child of nature. I'm one of nature's children. Underneath the mountain ranges, where the wind that never changes, touch the windows of my soul, touch the windows of my soul. I'm just a child of nature. I don't need much to set me free. I'm just a child of nature. I'm one of nature's children.
From the 1968 White Album sessions, John Lennon's demo of Child of Nature. Now, the song may not have made that LP, but 3 years later, it was featured on John's Imagine album. The Child of Nature by that time had become a jealous guy.
I was dreaming of the past, and my heart was beating fast. I began to lose control. I began to lose control. I didn't mean to hurt you. I'm sorry that I made you cry. Oh no, I didn't want to hurt you. I'm just a jealous guy. I was feeling insecure. You might not love me anymore. I was shivering inside. I was shivering inside. Oh, I didn't mean to hurt you. I'm sorry that I made you cry. Oh no, I didn't want to hurt you. I'm just a jealous guy. I didn't mean to hurt you. I'm sorry that I made you cry. Oh no, I didn't want to hurt you. I'm just a jealous guy. I was trying to catch your eye. Thought that you was trying to hide. I was swallowing my pain. I was swallowing my pain. I didn't mean to hurt you. I'm sorry that I made you cry. Oh no, I didn't want to hurt you. I'm just a jealous guy. Watch out, I'm just a jealous guy. Look out, baby, I'm just a jealous guy.
From John Lennon's 1971 LP Imagine, Jealous Guy, a new lyric for a tune dating back to mid-1968.
Next on the Lost Lennon tapes, we'll hear some of John's favorite oldies as we rejoin Dennis Elsas and guest DJ John Lennon.
All right, we're not going to bother with the weather. Just look out of the window.
Let's return to the Lost Lennon tapes.
We're flashing back to September 28, 1974, a rainy Saturday in New York. John Lennon spent 2 hours of his afternoon visiting WNEW FM DJ Dennis Elsas on the air. As Dennis points out,
it wasn't strictly an interview. John was literally co-hosting the show with me. And as we both got more comfortable, as we went from hour one into hour number two, John had no problem taking some liberties with our commercials.
Stravinsky, The Rite of Spring on Columbia Records.
Pierre Boulez, folks, listen to this. Play cart C1. Pierre Boulez's album, The Rites of Spring, spelled R-I-G-H-T-S, very subtle, is available at a special low price. No wonder, I tell myself. At all Corvette stores for only $3.87. Or you could get my album instead, but that's a matter of choice. Tonight at the Joint in the Woods, guess who's there? It's ladies' night. They won't like that. Woman's night. Featuring the exciting 8-piece all-female group, ISIS, or ISIS, depending where you come from. All females admitted at half price. Oh, good. Well, Bowie can get in. Also, dance and party with Lock, Stock and Barrel. That probably is a group because it's in inverted commas. Coming next Wednesday, October the 2nd, to the Joint in the Woods. Nothing like a Joint in the Woods, he says, losing his green card possibilities in one blow. T-Rex on Friday. Now, that's a good band. Now, he's by a couple of his records. He's getting fat with worry. On Friday, October the 4th, Martha Reeves. She's great. And Saturday, October the 5th, Buzzy Linhart. She's great, too. For more information, call, get your little pencils ready, 201-335-9800. 9800. Joint in the Woods, Parsippany.
Yes.
Got it this
well
time,
done.
yeah. Sounds like a group. New Jersey, where the stars shine. All right, we're not going to bother with the weather. Just look out of the window. Oh, you want the weather?
It's
the
up to you.
degrees have changed. Oh, this is a nice degree. The temperature's 69. Get it? Yeah. Humidity is 90%, number 9, that's all right. Barometer 30.013, that's another 9. Inches and falling. Inches and falling, that sounds like a song. Wind, southeast at 6. See, it's all 6 and 9s. Very deep, man, very deep. The weather in Central Park is still there. And it's cloudy. Okay, that was UPI. We're only giving you one version of the weather so you don't get confused.
Ah, yes.
Are we going back to my favorite goldies?
We are, just so everyone can tune in properly, at 102.7.
102.7, in case you're not quite on the dial there. Otherwise, you get that terrible hissy treble jazz. You know?
John Lennon is our guest.
Yes, he is.
Or maybe it's the other way around.
Well, it depends which... No, I think I'm the guest because I'm sitting behind the thing. Although I do have the sweeties and
But you brought the records along.
I brought 4 only. You know, I didn't know how you'd take it. I nearly brought 100, but you know... I forget to play my own album. I'm so busy playing these old... This is another American record that nobody I know over here seems to have ever heard of it. And it's called Some Other Guy by Richie Barrett. There is a strange bootlegs of the Beatles singing it rather crappily from the cabin somewhere way back in 61. This is another what I call son of What Did I Say, son of Watch Your Step, son of Lick Records, and this is a guy called Richie Barrett, who's also a songwriter. I think he's still around, but I don't know what he's doing. This is Some of the Guy. You'll notice the intro is slightly like Instant Karma.
Some of the guy now is taking my love away from me. Some of the guy now is taking away my sweet desire now. Some of the guy now are just the water on my fire. the first gal I ever had. Treat me wrong, come and long and all night long, yeah. Oh, it's alright, hey, 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 yeah. When you see me in misery, come over, baby, feel my feet down, baby, it's alright. Oh, it's alright now, hey, 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 yeah, yeah. She got with the diamond ring. She knows how to shake that thing down. Yeah, she knows. Oh, it's alright. Ah, what I say. Tell me 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 what I say.
Every band in the world, are we on? No, yes. Every band in the world used to do that song. That was an album version. It wasn't the original single, which, as far as I know, was the first electric piano on record that I ever heard. And What Did I Say seemed to be the start of all the guitar lick records, because none of us had electric pianos, so we all did it on guitar to try and get that low sound. And before that, everything was mainly licks like you get on the Little Richard rock and roll records, like Lucille licks, where the sax section and the guitar played it. And What Did I Say started a whole ball game, which is still going now. That's all I got to say about that. Dennis Elsis, you see, I got his last name from Roberta. You listening, Roberta? She's making chocolate pudding, and I'm starving. All right.
Lennon talks about the early relationship between the Beatles and the Stones. Next on the Lost Lennon tapes.
Listen to this. Play Cart C1.
When you suggested a picnic and an afternoon in a rowboat, I assumed you'd do the rowing.
But you're so good at it.
Oh, thanks.
Okay, here, give me those. I'll take over.
No, you just relax. It must be your English leather. You know it makes me do crazy things.
Well, in that case, could you row a little faster?
What?
Well, I'd like to do some water skiing.
Oh, you!
Just once around the lake.
Hey, how about twice? English leather, a man's cologne and aftershave.